Hey everyone, this is Rajesh again. I'm a senior category manager having more than 9 years of experience in category management. We have been uploading series of videos about category management and the process get involved in category management. The reason I opened this channel to share in-depth details about category management which might support for the people who run an organization or the people who get involved in retail industry are the people who started their career as a category manager. We have been uploading series of videos about category management. In today's topic, we are going to discuss about how to derive item-wise quantity from budget. It's one of the important information which we need to address when we talk about category management because whatever the budget you planned for a category, if you don't distribute in a way it needed, then you will end up with a huge inventory for a certain family, and then you will end up with a less inventory for other families. What will be the impact because of this wrong planning and the buying? For a certain family, you will end up with excess inventory, and then for other families, you will end up with the missing sales opportunities because you will not have an inventory enough inventory for those families. So how we can avoid this? That's what we are going to discuss about it, and how you need to plan and how you can optimize your buying by planning with the right numbers. Let's see with an example so that you will understand what I'm trying to tell you. Imagine we have a category called men's fashion. In men's fashion, this is just an example data. For last year, imagine we sold from men's fashion 11.2 million as a total sales of the year. And then you can see the month mix, how the particular category performed by month. I don't want to go in a detail about what is the month mix and then what is the weighted average, which we already discussed about how you need to calculate the weighted average, and from that weighted average, how the mix get deferred. So I don't want to go into such details because then it will become a huge video. So I'm trying to cover whatever the information related to the topic which we started with. Imagine this is the sales for last year, and then what is the margin we made, and then what is the cost of goods sold. So, what was the COGS, what was the margin, and then what we sold. So, these are the three informations you have it from your sales history because when you finish your year, then you have this information ready, and then you are planning a budget value for a men's fashion for the current year for 2022, something like this is just an example. So don't don't go into detail like what are those numbers, how we derived, because it is a budgeted sales. Imagine I just for an example, I put it like we are planning a 12% increase from the last year, and then when it comes to a margin we are planning about a 1% increase from the margin. So when we consider these two numbers, like from the sales, we are planning about 12% increase from the last year, and then for a margin, we are planning about 1% increase from the last year. Then you can do your math. It's a simple calculation, like what would be your sales mix by month, the budgeted sales mix by month, and then how much would be the margin, and then how much is going to be the cost. I just did a simple math to make the table very easier to understand for you, and so that when we do the calculation, you can relate better way to understand. So now what we have the last year history, which has your month-wise sales information and then month-wise margin and then the COGS. And this year, how much we are going to do. So your budgeted sales, you have it ready with you, and then your budgeted margin and then budgeted cost. Before I continue, to derive this budgeted sales based on what we are planning this 12%, and then how we derive these numbers, and then what are the weighted average we planned it, and then from weighted average what is the increase and decrease percentage we planned by month. These information maybe we come up with a different video, because when we start discuss about those information, we need to discuss about what are the changes we are going to do it, and we need to discuss about the internal factors which will affect the sales for the current year, and then the external factors which might affect to the current year sales. So this information we'll discuss in a separate video, so that it will be a brief information about how you can derive your budget numbers, the practical budget numbers I'm talking about. Okay, let's go back to the topic. Let's go back to the today's topic. So we have our sales history ready. The last year sales informations are ready, and then we are ready with the budgeted numbers. And in our previous videos, we have a separate video about OTB, how you can calculate your OTB. There is a separate video from our channel. You can have a look at it, how to calculate your OTB. So imagine, before to calculate our OTB, what we need addition to these numbers, we need opening inventory, and then if anything on order, we need to have the on order information, and then the ending inventory. The opening inventory, you can take it as actual because the year already started, so you have the actual opening inventory number with you. When you are finish when you finish the year by 31st December, whatever the inventory you carry, that is going to be the opening inventory for 2022 January 1st, right? So, and whatever the orders and pipeline, you have the numbers. When you have these two numbers, it's easy for you to calculate your ending inventory and then the opening inventory for the coming months. Okay, this is again a simple math. If you want have a detailed video about how you need to calculate your opening inventory and then the ending inventory, let me know so that I can give you a separate video about how you can calculate your opening inventory and then the ending inventory. Okay, let's go back to the topic now. So now what are the information we have ready now? We have the sales numbers of last year, and then we have the budgeted numbers for this year, and then we have our actual opening inventory, and then what are the orders on the pipeline. So we have all those numbers. In addition to that, we calculated our ending inventory. This is based on the simple math. Whatever you have it as opening inventory, and then whatever the sales you are going to do it, whatever the costs or whatever the cost you are planning for January, so you can subtract that budgeted cost of January from your budgeted opening inventory, then you will get your ending inventory. So just a simple math, but if you want to have a separate video, we can give you a separate video about it. Now, so we have all the information is ready with us now. So what we need to do, we need to calculate our OTB. Imagine in this case, like we are planning OTB for the second half of the year, which means we are going to plan a OTB starting from July to December for 2022. So what is the formula? We already give you a detailed information about OTB calculation formula. You can go and see our OTB video in our channel. You will have a better idea about how you can calculate OTB. Now I go back. I try to finish it as quick as possible, so we go a little bit faster. So from the numbers what you have on top, from that you can take your budgeted cost for July to December. And then what is your ending inventory? Ending inventory, it's going to be what? If you are planning for a 6 month stock cover, then how much you need to keep your ending inventory? When I finish my December, I should end with how much the inventory I should end with. You have to end with the inventory value of January to June, because you always trying to have a 6 month stock cover. This is just an example I'm saying. It vary from company to company, from organization to organization. It will vary because some people, it depends based on the management direction, it based on the strategy what you follow, it based on the delivery lead time you have it from your supplier, it based on the production lead time, it based on whether you import the items or you are sourced locally, and then all those, and then how much would be your display quantity, and then how much would be the buffer quantity which you are planning. All these factors get involved to plan your month cover. So I don't want to go into such details because again, as I told you, it will become a bigger video. So just to make it a quick video, so we are taking as an example of 6 month stock cover. So from your budgeted cost, you can take your 6 month budgeted cost for starting from July to December, and then you have your ending inventory ready. From where you are taking this number, you are considering that whenever you end a month, you want to end with 6 months stock cover. So when I finish my year, since we are planning the OTB from July to December, so when I end my year by end of December, I should carry or I should have an inventory of next 6 months, which means January to June. So based on that, this is going to be my projected ending inventory. And then opening inventory, from our above numbers, we can take whatever the July opening inventory, that will be your opening inventory for this OTB. And from July to December, do you have anything on order? In our example, we don't have anything on order, so we put it zero. So you know the formula how to calculate the OTB. So now you have a OTB value of 5.6 million. Now we are ready almost. We have our sales history, we have our budgeted numbers, and then we have our opening inventory, on order information, and then the ending inventory. From those numbers, we derived our OTB value, which is 5.6 million. So this is the OTB value for July to December for this category. Now, how we are going to distribute this value by fund line or the subcategory, because every organization or every management have a different names when they do the category, fine line segment, whatever. Each every organization or the management will have a different names. So I'm just taking it as an example. It's going to be like a subcategory, which means like I'm saying here fine line. So, for example, in a men's fashion, we have these are the subcategory. You can say shirt, t-shirt, trouser, jeans, shorts, and shoes. The distribution percentage, what I put it over here, these percentages is based on what? These distribution percentage we planned from the sales history. The above numbers, what I put it as a sales value, which is the total value of the category by month. When you go by item level or by the subcategory level, then you will have exact information from your history. Whatever you did it for a last year, whatever the sales contribution, whatever the sales contribution by subcategory, so you take that as a percentage. Whatever the contribution percentage of those subcategories, you put it, you can use the same percentage when you do your distribution. Okay, so we know exactly from the sales history how much each subcategory contribute to the category. So we used that percentage to distribute our OTB value. Okay, so again, I want to tell you one more thing. When you take this contribution percentage, you have to do a proper analysis. Sometimes what will happen, for example, here shirt subcategory, I put it 25%, which means what last year this shirt subcategory contributed 25% to the total category sales. Maybe this subcategory, maybe for example, I'm saying, what are the informations you need to take into consideration when you do your these calculation? What are the things you have to take into consideration? I want to highlight this. That's why I'm going in a detail over here. Maybe this shirt subcategory, usually it contributes 30% to the total category sales. Because of the stock issues we had it, or because of some wrong buy we did it last year, so the contribution of this particular subcategory dropped to 25%. So when you do your calculation for the current year, you have to keep those information in your mind, and then if needed you can put it 30%. This as an example I'm saying. Okay, so now we have our distribution percentage. So what you need to do now, from the OTB value, you can apply this distribution percentage by subcategory. Then automatically you know exactly how much you have to spend by subcategory level, how much you have to spend. You have the value ready with you now. Then what you need to do now, from the OTB value for the total category, and then you have by subcategory, each and every subcategory how much you need to spend. The value is ready with you now. So what we need to do now, you have to go further breakdown. From shape, for example, I cannot put everything in this sheet, so I just kept whatever the high level information needed. I just kept it here, but I try to explain. If it is not clear, let me know in the comments so that I try to have one more video with a further breakdown. So, for example, we take subcategory of shirt as an example. Now you have 1.4 million as OTB for July to December for shirt subcategory. So from this value, you have to do the same distribution percentage based on the contribution of your segments. For example, in a shirts, you will have like a formal shirts, and then the casual shirts, and then maybe you can say like the shirts which you use it for beach. So you put it these three segments, and then each segments how much it contributes. You just apply the percentage how we did it on a subcategory level. The same kind of working you do it on a segment level. Then automatically what will happen? This 1.4 million will get further breakdown to a segment level. When you have a OTB value by segment level, then what you need to do now, you have to, for example, in a casual shirt, for example, I'm saying, in a subcategory of shirt, you have a segment called casual shirts. This casual shirt segment usually contribute like a 35%. So you know how much would be the value. Then from this casual shirt, for example, you are planning to have about 40 different options. And for those 40 different options, you can apply a percentage, how much it's going to be contribute. This is going to be the projection based on the sales history. We have seen it. So similar kind of a product, how it performed, and then how much it contributed to this segment sale. So that percentage you apply it on the segment OTP value, then automatically you will have the exact OTP value for by item level. When you do a clear number working for the category buying value from the OTB, then doing a wrong purchase will get reduced. You will not spend any extra money for the category which is not perform, or for the segments which is not performing. Your money will get utilized in a better manner, so that you will not end up with any wrong buying. I hope this video will be useful. Thanks for watching, and I will come up with the next video. Thank you.